welcome to the coding concept, or this is the video which I am going to create for the Golang crash course. I have already created a video of Golang in Hindi. There is a playlist for that, but this is going to be in English. So let's begin. In this crash course, basically we are going to cover the local setup, and after that we are going to go with the basic syntax, and then some parameter or some features which everyone should be aware when they are going through the crash course. Someone can be use this who already have knowledge of other programming language. Let's say if you are already aware of Java and Python, so in that case this crash course is going to be helpful for you in order to start the Golang right away. Let's say if you are on first time watching this video, and not only the video, this is your first programming language also. In that case, basically this is something which you can see just to understand how programming languages are, and how they are different, not different, but how they are structured, how do we do the coding based on the syntaxes and other things. Another important thing is like who have already watched the video of Golang playlist and they wanted to do the revision, so for them also this crash course is going to be helpful. Okay, let's begin with the local setup. Okay, and this video is in English because Hindi was I have created in Hindi just because since it is easy to understand in our mother language, so mother tongue, so that is why I have created in Hindi. But there is no option, so like you can skip English, you have to learn the English. Okay, so let's begin. Sorry. First you have to download the Go language, so I am starting with the local setup of Go language. Just Google it, Golang download. So download and install the Golang. From this link you are going to download the Go language. Click on the download. Latest version is 1.20.2. so do the save. I have already downloaded it, so after it is getting downloaded you just have to double click it, start it. Along with this, few other things which you have to download is VS Code download. So download the VS Code as your editor. Download Mac Universal. Mac Universal is basically it is trying to say Silicon also and the Intel processor also, but what you can do is like if you have Windows, it is right away going to suggest you for the Windows also, so there is no issue on that side. Okay, VS Code is also started download. One last tool which you have to download is Git Bash. Git Bash download. Okay, download for Mac, and there is option Homebrew, Xcode. There is several options, so any of the option which we want we can use to install on Mac. But I think VS Code Git is not very much important for Mac, but if you are using Windows, then for that you definitely have to download this Git Bash. And then what you can do, you can start installing. So if I double click on this, it will pop up. Follow the similar, or it is like easy procedure. All the others have. Same thing, continue install. You guys already know how to install the package. Same goes with the VS Code also. Do the installation. It will set up the path file also, binary file also. Let's see, less than a minute installation time, just for a quick wait. Now what you can do is once this is installed, okay, less than a minute. Maybe what is happening over here is like I have already installed, so it is now updating the last version, so that is what going on here. That is why maybe it is taking time. At your end it may not take this much time, but that also depend on the environment which you are using. So for a moment you can fast forward to the next part. Okay, that's enough. I waited a quite long. I got this message right away after installation is done. So let's close this. Move to bin. Yeah, I don't need the DMG file. So do this. Go env command. Run this command. You will find out some output. And another thing is like VS Code is also here, so you can install VS Code also here. You can see everything is already set up. Okay, my VS Code Go language is installed. Double click on this. You will be able to install this VS Code also. Same small procedure, just like normal other installation. Now let's move to the Golang right away. What you have to do is you have to go to your home folder, Vishal Singh. In my case, you're also some different username. Recreate a new folder with the name of Go. That is going to be your workspace. Create 3 folder: bin, pkg, src in all in the Go itself. You have to do the coding in src folder. Bin is going to store the binaries and pkg going to store the packages or third-party dependencies. Okay, in src you have to create your file folder, whatever you want to start new folder basically, with which you can start the practice. Let's say practice, maybe I have already created. No, this I haven't. So let's create one. Practice I have created. Now you go in your VS Code. Since you are doing it for the first time, so in Go, in src you will see only one folder of practice. In my case there are many because I have already done a lot of coding. So from here create a new file, Go basics. Let's start with Go basics I have created, and then first file main.go. So there are two files, two kind of file in Go language. One is main, one is non-main. Main, either non-main. Main, basically when we say main, it is going to be executable, and when we say non-main, then it is non-executable. It is going to be importable. So package also going to be main and non-main. There are two type of packages, main and non-main. Main package is going to be, see here I can change the name, but here I can not change the name. If this is main, it is going to run. If not, then it is not going to run. Straightforward. I'll show you. Func main is the function from where our execution starts. So this is from our execution start, func main inside package main. Now if I simply, I am going to print one simple syntax. Hello team. So here you can see import. VS Code already suggested for the import. When you run for the first time, you will get the suggestion for installing multiple libraries or multiple packages in order to deal with the Go language. There is going to be an extension also which need to be installed for the first time, so that also you have to accept and install. Once all things are done, you can start right away with one single file. So this is main. This is how we do the import in the Go language. This is where our execution start. Now I am going to run the command, run the code. So in order to run the code, I have to navigate to the folder Go basics. In order to run a Go code, we have to write Go run and then file name. See, I run the code and here hello team. What I can do is I can change this name, non-main, anything you want you can do so. And now if you try to run, it will say that it is not main package. It means it is now not runnable. It is going to be importable only. Okay, so let's move it to main again. So this is how simple you can say format of Go language. Basically the first thing is the package name and then all the imports, and then if it is a main package, then the func main is going to be there, and then all the other function which we want. So order of the function can be changed, that for sure. You can maybe create a function, another function here, and order in the sense, let's say if I created A here and if I create B after that, it doesn't matter in Go language. Okay, so order doesn't matter. We will look into that later. Now we will proceed with this. This is simple print statement. Let's comment it. Now we will proceed with the data type. Okay, so okay, so data type is basically, when we say data type, it means how many types of data which we can store or go features us. Okay, so how many types of data means basically sometimes integer, sometimes float, sometimes flags, like boolean, and sometimes it can be string also, character also. So there are many classifications of data types in Go language. So for example, we will look the broad level, not going to be in very deep dive. So let's say if I declare where a int, it means a variable a is going to be created, a variable is going to be created named a and type integer. So this is how we declare a variable in the Go language. Now I can assign some value to a. So here you can see I assigned a value to a, that is integer. If I try to assign a string, which is something like this, so it is giving me error. Let's say what cannot use this as a constant. What kind of constant? Integer constant. Untyped string constant as a int value. It is saying that you cannot use string as a integer. Okay, so let's back it up to integer. Some integer I have declared. Here I can see a is declared but not used. Basically, when you create a variable in Go language and you are not using that anywhere, then compiler is going to give you the error right away. So you have to definitely use it. So what I can do is, like, I can simply print this and this error will go. Later on you can use it for anything. So this is how we declare a variable in Go language. There are multiple data types, like b is, let's create a b and its type is string. Here you can see I created a variable b with different mechanism. This is different mechanism. So this is what you can say is normal method or conventional method, which is basically available in other programming languages also, but this is something special about Go only. This is what you can say is shorthand variable declaration, in which the type of variable depends on whatever is after the equal to sign. So here after equal to sign there is string. So either I can do this or I can create empty string, but whenever we are going to create a new variable, then double dot is needed if shorthand operator is getting used. Here you can see a. If I declare something like this, it is going to say that a is already declared. Why you are declaring again a? So no new variable on the left side of double dot equals to. So it is colon equals to, there is no variable, new variable, it is already declared. But if it is new, just put it, and again you can do the print statement and the error will be gone. Okay, b, I have printed b, a and b both are printed. There is another data type also. Let's say c, I can say true. Okay, again print true, not print true, print c. Okay, I have printed c. So if I hover on a, I can see variable a type integer. Hover on b, it is variable b type string. Hover on c, variable c type boolean. Boolean is flag, either true or false. There can be float also. Let's say if I see d, okay, again I do the print statement, created d. Okay, hover on d, again it is saying that float 64. So it is a type in the Go language that basically store the float values. You can declare a double also. Double is going to store more values after the point. Okay, so that is something about you can say very important data types, you can say, or you can say something which highly used. Here you can see integer is there, then there is integer 64 also, there is int 32 also, int 4 also, 32, sorry, 32 is there, int 4 is there, 8, I think int 8 is there, no, yeah, int 8 is there. int 8, and now when it cannot use untyped constant, so int 8 cannot have something like this kind of assignment. So there is some limited amount of space is going to provide it, so it is just the matter of size which is going to be allocated based on whatever you variable you have declared. Okay, now this is data types in Go language. Now variables is also, you can see integer, float is a data type, and variables are something which we declare to store that data type. Okay, now our next topic is going to be conditions. Okay, so let's proceed with conditions. Conditions. Okay, condition is basically something which is going to take a decision in the sense, if this is true, or if this happened, do this. If something it is something like someone ring the bell, then open the door, there is condition. You can see ring the bell is a condition. If bell is ring, open door. If not ring, just sit, don't do anything. So there are two scenarios. So for this, if condition is there, so if some block, and what is this, what is, I have written this is not the thing which you have to do. Let's say true, I am keeping it true. Okay, so whatever is after if condition, if that is true, after solving that expression, if that becomes true, then this is going to be executed, whatever is here. This is going to run or going to run. Okay, else we have else condition also. Else condition, if when else run, let's say if whatever is here that is not true, then else part is going to run. So this is how condition is going to work in the Go language. Let's say, for example, let's have a one example here. If 5 less than 10, now tell me, 5 less than 10 or not? Definitely less than 10. So what is the result of this? This is going to be true. Okay, so this is going to be true. I can say 5 less than 10. Iska jab when a compiler is going to calculate this, it is going to find out that this is true. This is true. So whatever is inside, that is going to execute. So let's do something. Fmt dot println. Yes, 5 is less than 10. Okay, else fmt dot println. Same thing I should have copied. Why I did this? Okay, 5 is greater than 10. Okay, so this is if condition. This is how I explained it, and this is one simple example. Now if I am going to run the code, I can see yes, 5 is less than 10. No, let's put it no, otherwise how will we know which one is executed? So yes, 5 is less than 10. You can see 5 less than 10 is able to execute. Why? Because whatever is here is true. Let's say if this is false, what will happen in that case? Else part is going to run. Okay, is it necessary to have else all the time? No, it is not necessary. There can be scenario like this. Only some statement is here. If condition is true, then that is going to run, otherwise nothing is going to run. So let's say if I only if condition is present, so I just run this. Only if condition is present, that also able to run. There is else condition also able to run. There is something like here also I can do 5 greater than 10. This also can be there. So this is also possible. So here you can see when I run this command, okay, both are greater I have put. I can change the symbol. Basically what I can say is you can have as many if after else. Okay, at the end again you want, you can have else, something like this. Okay, let's say if I declare n, I declared a variable n, and value of n is 10. So here I can say, let's say I can say n greater than 10, and here I can say another option where what I can do is n less than 10, and else part is going to be n equals to 10. There can be three combinations. You can say if there is a number, then number can be either greater than 10, either less than 10, or equals to 10. Okay, so here I have declared, let's say I keep it 11. So let's change the message also. N is greater than 10, n is less than 10, and last one is n equals to 10. Okay, let's run it. N greater than 10, at the moment it is 11. Let's say keep it 10. Now it is 10, and let's say if I keep it 5, then n less than 10. Okay, so this is how we do the if condition. There is switch condition also. Switch condition is similar to this one only. The syntax is switch, and then there is okay, let's cover that. Okay, let's move to switch condition. The switch condition, should I put it in separate? No, like here itself. Okay, let's say a equals to, I create, a is already there na, some another variable, let's say declared caps lock, y caps lock on p double dot equals to 45. Same thing I am doing, switch p, okay, case less than 45, case, let's say I have first case 10. Okay, so here, and second case is case, instead of 45 let's make it true or true. Okay, then true case is here, false case is also going to be there, false case, and then default case can also be there. Okay, do control S, it is going to be formatted right away. This bracket is not needed. That depends on how many lines of code you are going to write. Let's say if I have single line of code, let's say case matched with true dot switch case matched with true case, true condition. True. Now same thing can go here also, but without bracket, with false. This is needed, this bracket needed when you have multiple lines of statements. Same thing, not matched at all. What I guess in switch case didn't match any condition. Switch case didn't match any condition. Let's run the case. Since it is true, switch case match with true condition. So this is the second way of conditions, switch case. we whatever we are doing in switch case, that can be already achieved with if condition only, but switch case is a better way in some scenario when we have to manage our code, or when we have to make our code look elegant. Okay, so whatever is you are doing with the switch case, that can be already done with the if condition. Now let's move to another topic, which is for loop. Okay, loops. Okay. uh, Loop, basically what is loop is when we want to iterate, repeat something again and again and again based on some condition. Okay, so then we are saying that there is loop going to be executed. uh, for example, let's say you have to print something for 10 times, so you either you can write print ln print ln print ln 10 times, or you can run a loop in which you are going to print 1 to 10 right away just by one loop, and you make sure that loop start at some point, loop ends at some point, and there is a increment or decrement based on that. Okay, so for I equals to 0, when I say I equals to 0, it doesn't mean all the time I is going to be the variable name. You can have whatever you want. Okay, so first thing in the loop is from where it is going to start, second thing is from where it is going to end. So I less than let's say equals to 10. I wanted to start at 1 because I want to print from 1 to 10. You can do 1 to 0 to 10 also. Okay, it's up to you. And then the last condition is going to be at what order you wanted to increment. Okay, so this basically says that I'm incrementing one by one all the time. Let's say initially it is 1, then second time when it run again, it is going to be 2, then 3, and then 4, and whenever it increment, it checks the condition. If it is true, then it breaks the iteration. Okay, so let's print it. Not for okay, print f I am going to use. Okay, just wanted to give you something about printf. I'm keep on using ln, so that is why. So %d or value of I equals to %d, this is what I can use, or %b. %d, when I say %d, it means basically I'm saying that I'm all the time going to use this integer only. But when I say %v, then I'm saying that I'm going to use any value. Okay, I'll show you, comma I. Okay, now what will happen if I run this? Value of I. Okay, I'm not changing the line also. Okay, so new line. All the time after printing value of I am going to the new line. Okay, here you can see it was going in the same line. I 1 2 3 4 5 10 up to 10. Now let's make it to V. Okay, again it is working. What if I make it to S? S is basically used for string, D is used for integer, F is used for float. Okay, so if I again run it, now what is happening? It is saying % not S. It is not, it is integer, and you are formatting with formatting this with a float, sorry, a string. That is not going to work. So that is why most of the time I use %b, but some scenario where you have to definitely use the proper standard also. Okay, I'll show you that also. Okay, so here let's put it back %d. Other option was %v. Okay, %v is kind of universal. Okay, now again run it. This is how you run a for loop, simple in Go language. Another thing is like what you can do is like, let's j equals to 10 or j equals to, let's say, 50, and you start for j greater than 0, and inside that fmt.println or printf. Above I have used %d na, so here I'll use %v. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's percent v, and instead of I am this time using j. Okay, now I can see from where my loop start, that is outside of the for loop. I can see from where my loop end, but I haven't given any condition at which it is going to change. So that also I have to put, otherwise it start at 50 and it will be always at 50. I'll show you that also. Okay, let's j minus minus. Basically I'm saying that each time decrease by 1. Okay, so value of I am saying, hey man, let's make it j. Okay, so here you can say j is printed in opposite order. Now if I comment it out, what will happen? For loop started at 50, second time it is again at 50, third time again 50, fourth time again 50. Okay, so see 50 50 50 50, it is getting printed. I have to forcefully stop it. Okay, so I uncomment it. So now there are multiple ways at which you can start this for loop. It is only thing is like, if only one condition is there, it is going to run as long as it is true. When it is false, the for loop breaks out. Okay, so after loop, now the second thing is when there is one data structure kind of thing also, which is inbuilt provided by Go language, which is slice maps. So there is another feature of range. Okay, so we will see that after coming just after a few other topics. So first let's cover function. Okay, not here. Function is basically let's say you have main function. So I have already given you information that main is where our execution start. Okay, main is where our execution start. What it means? It means there is other function also which may be not the which is not where execution start, but they can be called. Okay, let's say func. Okay, increase by 1, and there is parameter data type and what it is going to return. Okay, so I can, there are multiple ways. Okay, here let me explain this one first. Again, just like the func main, first keyword is the function, which is basically saying that I'm going to create a function, then the name of the function, and then whatever it is accepting, and then whatever it is returning. So it can accept any number of parameter, it can return any number of parameter. We will do all the things. Okay, we will see all the examples. Okay, let's say if I declare a equals to 0 or maybe 1, or what I can say is data, whatever is there, data equals to data plus a. This is one way. Another way is data plus plus. One way is, I'm not going to do all of them. Okay, and then return either data. Okay, return data. Okay, so this is one of the mechanism to return it. Another case is, let make it even more simple. I can right away return data plus 1. Here also same thing can be done. So there are multiple ways. Now whenever this function is getting called, there has to be some rule which has to be followed. This function always need one thing as an input parameter, and it return one output. Okay, so let's call it. Okay, let's say if I call fmt dot println value value 12 after increase by value of 12 after increase by 1, value of 12 by 1 is equals to, let's say, comma increased by 1 I'm calling, and inside increase by 1 I am passing 12. Okay, now what is going to happen? This function is going to call first whatever comes, that is going to be printed right away. So let's run it. So value of 12 after increase by 1 is 13. Okay, here you can see it is increased by 1. Now I am able to print it right away because it is returning only one thing. Let's say if return it returns two things. Okay, so let's create another function. Let's say I am having divide number. So when we are dividing a number, there has to be two parameter. One is, let's say, x and y. Anything you can declare, x comma y comma int. This is one way of declaring. Second way is here also I can write integer. Now there can be comma error also. I am saying error also can be written, but when you are returning multiple things, then it has to be in bracket. Okay, now remove this. I can say if y equals to 0, we cannot divide. Return, I can say return 0 comma fmt dot error we can't divide any number with 0, else either I can create else, either I can return right away. Okay, else return x divided by y, and in the error I can return nil. So here you can see this is one way saved. This is one way I have created the else over here. Another thing which can be done is, let's say I comment it out and I can right away, no need to create else part, return right away. Return x divided by y comma nil. Okay, so here you can see I am returning two things, integer and error, and accepting two things. Now you can accept as many as want, return as many as want. Same format is going to be there. Now it's about the calling. Now how we are going to call? If I follow same approach, let's follow this and see, there will be a quick error. We are quickly doing the experiment part. Okay, x after dividing x divided by y equals to, let's say we are doing divide 5 comma 6. What it is saying? It is saying multiple value. Okay, this value of type integer error in single value context. It is saying that it is returning two things which cannot be printed right away. Okay, so let's capture it. Okay, let's say I result comma err variable I have declared. Now divide number, let's say 5 comma 6. Okay, now this function is returning two things, integer error, that is going to assign in the result and error in order form, not variable name form. If I declare error here or result here, it is not going to change its return. The first one is going to have the integer value and second one is going to be have the error value. Now what I can do is, if err not equals to null, basically I am saying that there is an error. So fmt dot println error occurred in dividing x and y. What I can do is comma err equals to comma err. I can print the error also. Else result, I can print now result fmt dot print f double quotes result. I can do something like x divided by y equals to percent v new line, let's keep new line comma a result. Okay. New lines happening here. Here also new line is going down. Now what you can see is like a function which is returning one thing, a function which is returning two things. All the examples are there. I have x comma y 5 comma 6 I have passed. Let's run the code. See, x divided by y equals to 0, increased by something this. So when we divide 5 by 6, there is no division. Let's say if I make it 12, now the output should be changed 2. Okay, remainder is getting discarded. Okay, so you can see normal thing. What you learn from here is how Go language return multiple values in a response, how it takes multiple input also. Okay, how we are accepting the value from any function. Here you can see we have accepted a value. Okay, next topic is going to be structs. What is structs? Okay, structs in Go language. Okay, structure is basically a user defined data type. Okay, let's say if you have float, integer, everything you already have. Okay, these are primitive data type which are already provided by Go language. Go language also says that after joining this primitive you can create your own data type. Okay, let's say I have a student. Okay, student is a entity. You can see student is a object. So for a student I have multiple fields. Let's say student have name, student have id, student have contact number, address, multiple things are going on at the student side. So now what, either you can declare variable student id and integer all the time for each student, or you can combine one structure, create one structure which will have all the set of nested fields or a set of fields. Okay, let me show you example. So whenever we are creating a struct, it is started with type, then name of the struct, just like a variable. When we create a variable, where variable name and its type. Now student and it is structure. So this is how we create a structure. Okay, expected. Why? Because I have removed by mistake this closing bracket. Let's, okay, now this is a student structure I have created. Now I can do id, integer, name, string, and class, id, contact number, and some flag also. Let's say for what we can use flag. Let's say we are creating a student, pass or fail. No, pass or fail not. For any flag, xyz bool. Okay, this is a dummy or close to actual values I have created, except this xyz. Okay, let's keep it also caps letter. There is important of keeping it caps and small, that you are going to learn very soon. Now this student is a user defined data type. I am as a user declared my own variable type, which is a structure, and it has fields like id, name, class, contact, xyz. Okay, now what can be done is like, if I create a variable just like normal variable. Okay, where is our main? Okay, here is our main. Struct example. Okay, when we created a var int, something like this, just like that only we are going to create a structure one, where student or some student name, let's say Vishal, and its type is student. We have already given type, integer, float, other things. Now its type is student. You can see a variable whose type is user defined. Okay, so that is where struct is important. Now what Now this Vishal variable have all the fields which is declared in the student. If I put dot operator, you can see all the things are coming right away. Okay, so I can say something like Vishal dot class equals to 10th class, Vishal dot name equals to, let's say, Vishal Singh something I have given, Vishal dot ID I haven't. What should I do? Aadhaar card number, some number. There was another field also, Vishal XYZ, na? Contact number is also there. Let's say false I have given, Vishal dot contact number equals to, now I am going to print Vishal. Okay, print ln first student equals to comma Vishal. If I run now code, I'll see first student Vishal with all the values. Okay, perfect. Now there is another way of doing same thing. Let's do the shorthand operator also. Just like other variable, when we have declared var a integer, other thing which can be done is b double dot equals to, just like that here also we can do another name, let's say Shivam. Some example I have given, taken. Okay, its type is going to be student. Whenever we are doing shorthand operator, this is what we have to do: open up and close the bracket right away for any user defined data type. Okay, now if I type name, I can right away here give name. If I type class, some class, contact number, some contact number, ID, some ID, XYZ is also there, true, on again. This is something we are doing with the shorthand operator. Control Z, Control C and Control V. Second student, and name is Shiv. Can I run the code? Now you will see both the student output, data output. Okay, what needs to be learned over here is basically, if we are not able to create user defined data type, then all the time we have to declare class, variable, integer, all the things. Again I have to declare class, variable, integer, all the things. So again variable multiple times. So just to solve that problem and make the code more elegant, we are having this feature of user defined data type, which is basically a structure. Okay, now second thing we are going to do or learn is method. Method is just like a function, which we have already seen, but when we attach a function with a structure, then it becomes method. When we attach a function with a structure, it becomes a method. Let's look at it right away. Okay, let's create one more thing. Instead of student, let's teacher. Name, class, contact number is not needed. Let's say if we have only two fields. Okay, I can create a method over here with starting name function, right away a bracket as student, print data, method student method is called s and student double s is there, no issues. Student equals to comma s, I printed it from here. Same thing can be happen for teacher also. Instead of student, let's make it teacher. Okay, teacher method is called, let's teacher. Okay, teacher. Here I have taken s, so printing s. Let's take it t to make our code look elegant. That is not because that is going to give us any compilation error, but to make best practice, you can kind of see. So here you can see print data 2 functions are there, but they are attached to a structure, so now it becomes a method. Okay, as simple as that. Now what we can do is, like, here you can see I am doing the print statement for Vishal. Here is the first student. Instead of that, what I can do is like Vishal dot, here you can see print data is there. Now I am able to call the print data, this method. This, whenever I am calling this, now which one is going to execute, student 1 or teacher 1? Definitely it is going to depend on what is the type of this type is student, so now student 1 is going to be executed. Let's declare another one, some teacher name. Teacher name is, let's say, AKJ, my teacher. What are the fields I have given? ID and ID, no, it is integer, no, sorry. And there is one more field maybe there, name. A question. Okay, now if I do akj dot print data, now which one is going to call? Both are print data. Now it is going to call the print data of teacher 1. Okay, now let's run the code. Student method called student is this, teacher method called teacher is this. So same simple thing happened over here is we just converted a function to a method simply by attaching it to a structure. Okay, when we have separate structure, let's say here is student, here is teacher, then we can have the same name for the function. But if we have the same structure also, then it is going to give us the error. See, it is giving the error. Method teacher dot print data already declared. Okay, it is giving us the position also. Okay, after this what we are going to do is interface is something which we are going to learn right away. Okay, okay, so interface is kind of, there is two places where we are basically we can use interface. One is when we are not aware what is the variable type is going to be as a input, so in that case we can use interface. For example, let's create a func. Print data, data interface I have taken. Okay, and just doing the print statement. Data output from data of type interface data equals to comma data. Here you can see I have just simply created a function which is of type which is accepting a data which is of type interface. Now what will happen is like this function is going to accept anything, whatever you give it takes and do the operation whatever mentioned inside that. Okay, so let's call it. Let's again, for calling we are going in the main function again and again and again. Okay, because main is where our execution starts, so function is there, but unless we call that, that is not going to be executed. Okay, so we are calling print data, we are passing something like this, string is passed, string is passed second time, third time, fourth time. Second time I am passing true. See, this is boolean. Now I am passing integer. Now I am passing Vishal also, which is user defined data type. Is it necessary to pass teacher? We can pass. It is not going to give it the error. Okay, as interface as where. Example, this example is for interface as a variable. There is one more thing where interface is used. Here you can see all the output from data of type interface. Okay, so first string is passed, now here true is passed, everything is printed right away. So now this function can take anything, because the type which is accepting the type of variable which is accepting the value is of interface. So interface is something which can take anything. Okay, now second thing is just like not just like, what I can say is like we can use interface for method declaration also. Let me show you what I mean. We have two methods, print data, print data. Okay, print data for teacher and student, and there is print data for without any method also, but that is a function. Here you can see it is method. Now if I declared a interface for this, it is something like type, just like that, type, and then what operations, method operation. Method operations and type interface, again do this, and then the first one is print data. Okay, done. Now this is an interface which I have declared of type this. Now what it can do is like, let's see what it can do. Somewhere we have printed this akj.printData. Here I am going to declare a variable where of method operation of type method operation. Okay, method operation. Okay, here you can see first letter I have kept small. Let's make it caps just to separate it out. There is importance also. Where is our interface? Here is our, no, not here, where it went. Here it is. Okay, okay, method operation equals to, let's assign something. Now this method operation have one method print data, and that method is declared for two things. One is structure of type student, one is structure of type teacher. So this can have student or structure. Now let's say Vishal is something I have assigned to it. It accepts it. Now method operation dot print data. Now what is happening? Here you can see method overloading is achieved. How is so? Here you can see this interface has taken Vishal as an input. Now I am calling print data via interface. Now this print data is going to call, and compiler will check that what is the structure assigned to this interface. It will see of type student, so it is called the print data from student. So what I can do is like run the code, and before that let's call the another one also, method operation equals to Vishal instead of Vishal, this time I am calling method operation dot print data AKG. So it has taken Vishal AKG. If I create any third type, let's say student, teacher and staff, and for staff if I don't declare this print data, okay, and if I try to assign that over here, that is going to give us the error, okay, which you will see. Now let's run the code. Let's see what is going on. Okay, here you can see student method called, teacher method called after this print statement, that is having the same thing we are doing, method operation dot print data, method operation dot print data, but one time it is calling a student print data, and a second time it is calling teacher print data. Why? Because this values. So this is called as method overloading in Go language, and which provides us mocking feature when we are doing the test cases. This is something how we expose our packages also outside different package via interface, so that also helps in securing the code also, you can say. So this is method overloading. We have learned interfaces also. Interface can be used for two things. One is having anything as an input, and second thing is for method declaration. Now let's move to slices. Slices in Golang. What is slices? We already know what is array. So before that, let's learn array. Array is a data structure. Slice is also data structure, and then we are going to learn map. Map is also going to be a data structure. So array, arr, something like this, slice of int. Okay, let's give it a length. Let's say 10 is something I have given. This is one mechanism. Second is where arr2 type slice of int with length 10. Here you can see two array I have declared. Okay, so what I can do is I can say arr of 0 equals to 0. Same thing keep on happening. 0 after 0 we can do 1. arr 1 equals to what else? Not arr1 I'm going to do arr2. I'm doing this for arr2. Let's keep the above one even more shorter way. So just like that, let's make it up to 2 only. Who is going to write all this? This can be 10. Okay, it is going to be easy to write. How? I can do something like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Where is 5, man? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10 units are there. Okay, so all of them are there. There is one way of this, there is a second way of this. Now if I print fmt.println printf arr equals to %v comma arr2 equals to %v, new line, you can see new mechanism of formatting I am having. That is because you understand. Okay, this is going to replace the first %v, this is going to be replace the second %v. Okay, this is going to be the order in the formatting. Now let's run the code. arr is this and arr2 is this. Now if I add one more, okay, there is error. Why? Because there is place for 10 units. I am trying to store the 11th one. Okay, so it is the limitation of array. Array is of fixed length. Now what is going to happen is, like, I am going to just make it slice. Slice is basically same thing just like array, only thing is instead of arr slic I am writing slic. Okay, slic2. Okay, slic2. But this is not going to work. Okay, where is, okay, let's make it slice2 and slice something I have copied. Let's make it slice. Okay, now what is going to happen, this is going to work, but 0th and 1 slice don't know what is 0, what is 1. First of all I have to remove this, because now I cannot pass the length. Since I am not passing the length, same thing is going to become slice from array. Array have the length, slice don't have the length. Since it don't have the length, if I try to insert something at 0, it should break right away. Okay, here you can see 0. The first one is okay, the first one is okay. If I print something like let's say slice right away, here it is going to be okay. But when we are trying to add something like this, then this is not correct mechanism. Then the mechanism is going to be changed. Slice 2 equals to append slice 2 comma, if whatever we want to append, 0. So this is how we are going to add something new to slice. Okay, one of the mechanism. Here you can see slice value is this. Another thing can also be done over here is we can append one slice inside slice also. Here you can see slice, and here I can do slice, the first one which I have created. Okay, so whenever I am adding slice, then 3 dots need to be given. Here you can see slice 2 is also here. So 0 1 is something I have appended, and again 0 1 is coming from this above one. Okay, so this is how we deal with slices in Go language. After this we are going to learn the map, and again we are going to learn the for loop, which we have already learned. Because there is a range mechanism which I already informed, we are going to see in coming topics. Okay, maps in Golang. What is map? Map is basically a key value pair. It is a data structure provided by Golang, built-in feature which help us a lot. Okay, so map basically a key value pair. It has a key, and against that key is always store a value. So there cannot be key without value, and there cannot be value without key. Okay, so when we declare a map, we do something like this: map make map and then what is the type of key? Let's say type of key is string, and value type is also string. Okay, this is how we declare a map. Another mechanism is when we do something like this, where me map of type string, and it is going to work. But the issue is whenever we are trying to add something in this, it is going to give us the error, because it says that the map is created, but that is nil. There is nothing inside that. You have to make it. So again you have to something like this: make map string. Now you can append something. So this is equals to, sorry, where is make? Okay, now this, the above line number 129 is equals to 130. It's your choice, whatever you want to take. Writing only this much is going to create a map of MA, but it is not going to allocate any memory. But using make keyword, we can allocate a memory. Okay, so without allocating memory, we cannot perform any operation. Now it's time to perform some operation with the map. Let's comment it out. That is just a mechanism we wanted to learn. Okay, first thing, why caps lock again? Key, we are going to key 1, key 1 equals to value 1. I stored key 1 equals to value 1. Same thing I am going to do again and again, 3-4 times. Okay, now make it 2, 3, 4. Same goes for here also. Let's make it one only. Okay, so we cannot have same keys, but we can have same values. Just because of that I keep it value 1. Okay, it's not the error. I'm putting it just to give you one idea. Okay, now if I am going to print it, print f value of map equals to %v, give new line comma m. Okay, so if I run the code now, what will happen? It just simply print the value of map key 1 value 1, key 2 value 2, key 3 value 3, key 4 value 1. Again same thing. Okay, another thing is like we can range a map, we can range map, we can range slice, we can range array. Anything which have the slices, maybe slice of integer or maybe slice of string or maybe slice of any user type. Let's say I have created a student. Now there is slice of a student I have created, so for that also we can range. I'll create one example, don't worry. For there is two things, I key comma val double dot equals to, now range m. Okay, when I am ranging map, it returns two things, one is key, another is value. Now do this, fmt dot printf key equals to %v comma value equals to %v, new line comma key comma val. See, the first position is going to have the key. If I change this variable name with val, it is not going to affect anything. Still it is going to store the key only, so it is just a variable name. Okay, now if I run the code here, key. And one more thing, when you range, the order doesn't matter, it can come in any order. Okay, first this time key 4 come for the first time, this time key 1 come for the first time. Okay, there is no order for this. Same thing, another thing is like when we wanted to read something from a map, there is two thing map returns. It is like val comma okay double dot equals to map. Let's say I am passing one key, let's say what is the key 1 I am passing. Okay, now if okay is a boolean, so whenever I am passing any key to any map, it returns two things, one is the value and another is okay. Okay is going to give us the information whether value is there or not. Okay, I'll give you one more thing because you guys may ask, not okay, let's say not okay. Okay, in case of okay, either case whatever you like, value present and val equals to comma val. Okay, else not present, value not present. For key, value not present for key. Here I can pass whatever key I have passed. What I have passed, key 1. Same thing I can pass here also. Okay, now what will happen, what will be the output? I'm going to have the output value present. Now let's make the key some random, value not present. For key, again I have to change this one also now. That is why it should have taken in variable and then pass. Okay, so but you get the idea. Okay, so this is another thing. Why, now question is like why it is returning two things. We can also see na whether value have some thing inside that. If there is something inside val, then for sure it returns something. There is one issue. Let's say if you have boolean, okay, this one, where it goes, man. Let's mp double dot make inside that map of string comma integer, okay. If no mp I'm assigning something key 1 equals to 0 and mp, okay, only this much. Now I'm going to do the print statement right away, okay. After doing this 2 times, let's copy this, paste it here. No need of double dot since val and ok already declared. Key 1 I am passing key 1 and the map is mp, not mp. What is the error it is giving? Cannot use mp. Why is that, man? Okay, it is returning this val as an integer and above one returning as a string, okay. So that is why this is happening. You can read here, map index expression type integer as a string value in the assignment. Matlab it means this mp is returning integer and which is I am trying to store in the val, whereas type of val is string if you hover on this string. So let's create another variable val2. Let's put double dot over here, okay. Now it is okay. Now let's make it val2 and key is I'm going to create a key equals to key 1. I'm going to pass this so that I can access easily. Here I am passing key, here I am passing key, here also I am passing key, okay. Now tell me what happened. The default value of integer is 0, okay. So if let's say I don't capture okay for a moment, I don't capture okay and run this code, just ignore the okay, what will happen? Value present for key. Now if, and what is the value is 0. Here let's print key also comma value also comma key. Here how to do so, comma key equals to comma key, okay. And here key, here let's close this. No, value not present for key this, and again for key this, and val comma val equals to val2, okay. What is wrong? Okay, comma I haven't put. Good. Now let's run this code. Here you can see value is 0, key is key 1. I am passing I am changing the key value is 2. Again the value is 0. So how will you separate this value 0 and the above value 0 which you got? Using the OK or flag 1, because the default value is also, when you pass some key which is not present, in that case what map will return? It will return the default value, okay. So that is why this flag is necessary. Got it? So after this map we are going to range this one also, slices also. Where is slices or map? I'm going to range the slice. Array is also going to be the same as the slice, okay. Here for index comma val value double dot equals to slice 2 because it has more words, fmt dot println printf, let's say index equals to %v for what is the variable name we have taken, slic 2, and value, let's give it value %v, new line, comma, first I have to give the index and then comma value. Okay, what is the issue? Okay, here I have forget to put the range keyword. Okay, now what will happen if I run this code? I'll able to range it, slice also, just like a map. I'm ranging the slice also. Only difference is when we are ranging a map, it returns two things, key and value. When we are ranging a slice, it returns two things, index and value. Okay, there is nothing much difference in that. Maybe somewhere I have yeah, index. Here you can see index is 0 for a slice and value is this going on. Okay, now once map is covered, slice is covered, I think basic syntax for the Golang is now done over here. Let's make another quick look over. There are many things we have learned. Importable, exportable. Okay, another project I am creating. What should we call? School. Here models I have created, and the second thing which I can create is okay. Which we are covering is the import export. So what it means import export, it is like all the codes we are not going to do in the same file. Okay, and since there is going to be separate files for separate code and there may be separate packages also, so how to import that, how basically Go works on that side. So let's create one sample project. Let's say school I am creating. Okay, and in school I have created a model. Inside model I am creating one package, let's say one file, student.go. okay, now package model, creating one type, student struct. I am creating two fields, id integer, name. If you see, first letter here is caps, here first letter is small. We will see what is the difference of that. Okay, that is what I was telling last time also. Let's again create one another thing, cmd, and here I can create a main.go, again package main. Okay, func main. Okay, let's open the terminal, cd inside school and inside that model, and do the public work directory, present working directory, sorry. So here you can say practice and school model, copy this. What is this? Okay, oh no, it is good, but space is there. Rename. Okay, one extra space I have created, that is why it is coming like that way. And is there anything wrong with the model also? No, I don't think so. Okay, let's import that. How we are going to import? Okay, not this is something I want. Okay, why I'm having extra space here, man? Again rename, what is going on? Okay, it is correct. So after school there has to be something like this. Okay, now I can go to my cmd dot cmd. I have created cmd, it should be cmd, a command line. Okay, so by mistake I have created cmd, make it cmd. Now again go back cmd, before that come out of cmd. So this is my repository or simple project which I have created. Here you can see there is a main package and there is non-main package. Okay, inside model I am going to call model dot student. Here you can see, I can see the student, student name, some student I have taken. Now if I do student dot id equals to some id I have given, but I cannot see student dot name. Dot name is not coming. Why? Because I have created the first letter is small, which is making sure that it is not exportable outside the package. Now if anyone in the same package like this model, if I create another package teacher, inside that I wanted to use this name, I can use, but going outside the package, like going outside the model package, if I try to use, I cannot use. So okay, same thing, let's rename it, let's make it caps, and now let's see what is going on. Okay, for a moment let's close this. Student dot name, now name is coming just because some name I have given. Okay, now I have to set up the modules. So in Go language, whenever we are having the modules going on other than core, then we definitely have to manage the dependencies. So for that we have to initialize the mod, go mod init, which basically initialize the modules. Now go mod tidy, which download all the third-party libraries or libraries which are needed in the modules. Okay, now what I can do is cd cmd and go run main.go. Here I just run a code. Okay, I haven't done anything over here, no print statement also. Student again run. So here you can see import is working. So this is how we do the imports. For this, the thing which has to be taken care is like when I do the pwd, where is that? It's models. Here you can see when I do pwd, at that time I copy the path after src. After src I copied the path. And if you do go env, you have to make sure that your path is set correctly. So if you go on go path user wishing go, so after go there is src folder. Okay, inside src I have practice school model. So src is the common, like just after go there is src bin pkg, all three folders are there. So we have to set the go path to up to the go folder. If that is set correctly, then only this is import is going to work, otherwise it is not going to work. So make sure this has to be followed correctly. Okay, so after understanding the imports, I think now anything else I wanted to show you guys, I just mentioned, I am able to recall. Yeah, teacher. In teacher I can call this name if it is a small letter, if it is following the same model. Okay, after this pointers is something I wanted to show you guys. So let's come here itself. What is pointer? Pointer is something, a variable which only store the address of another variable. It never store the value directly. It store the value, but in value it store address as a value. Okay, let's say a equals to 567 and I declared b, where b start type int. Now what I am saying is b can store address of any integer value. B can store address of any integer value. So now b equals to, if I type a, so you can see and is added. And what and basically do, and is basically doing the taking the address of a. It is not taking 6 79. It is taking address of A. So now if I print B, B equals to %B comma star B equals to %B new line comma B comma star B. Okay. No, let's come. Okay, this is the address, this is how some address looks like, and this is the value. So in order to dereference is getting the value at some address, we attach a star. Okay, so this is how I can show you how star. So instead of integer we can have a string, we can have boolean, we can have structure also, so anything can be there. Okay, so this is how we do the we deal with the pointer. Okay, now the next topic, let me do some comment. Pointers in action. Let me go with coroutines. This is the what you can say, one of the important feature behind the success of Go language. Okay, Go routines, what it basically do is like it makes things go in parallel or make process work in parallel. Okay, for example, if I take a human body, in human body many things are going in parallel. For example, we are taking breath, our heartbeat is keep on beating, so these two things are working in parallel. Along with that, I am also doing something, I am speaking, I am making gesture with my hand, so these things are working in parallel. Just like that, our Go code is able to, Go compiler is or Go is able to provide a feature via Go routine which can work in parallel. Okay, let's see how it works. Let's create a function A. Okay, fmt, no, let's create a for loop for I equals to 10, I is equals to 1, I less than 10, I plus plus. Oh, it's 1 plus plus. Why is that happening? Okay, now make a print statement, fmt dot println, simply printing I is equals to comma I. Okay, now let's copy this. I'm taking C and B also. For A, C, B. So you can see three functions I have created, ABC. All of them are basically what they are doing, they are printing 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. Okay, but in the message they are printing from where it is coming. This is C1, this is the other. Let's call A. How to call A? Simple as that. Why is that func A? What is there? Invalid operation cannot call variable of type integer. Invalid operation cannot call non-function a variable of type integer. Okay, let's see. Something wrong. It is not suggesting, or it is giving us error, unnecessary. Okay, I have declared any variable. Okay, here you can see I have declared a variable, that is why I was not able to call. Okay, it happens sometime. Let's change the name. And you also learn, if you are declaring something same name a variable also and function, then it is going to call it is going to hard to call this. A, function A I have called, function B I have called, function C I have called. Okay, and C, where is C? Here is C, Let's run the code. Here you can see what is going on. Okay, I is equals to, okay, instead, okay, 1 less than 10 I have given. Oh man, 1 is always going to be less than 10. But I hope you didn't copy it as it is. While you are practicing, you definitely have put it correctly. Okay, 1 to C, 1 to 9, 1 to 9, 1 to 9, 1 to 9. Okay, let's put equals to, just to make it look good, 1 to 100, 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. Okay, here you can see 1 to 10, 1 to 10. But the thing is, I have called A first, B second, and C third, so that is going in order also. A first, B second, C third, so I can say a linear thing is going on. What if it is in parallel, A, B and C all going in parallel? Then in that case, A printing, then B printing, then C, then A, then B, any printout can come. In that case, the linearity is not for sure. So let's put it in Go routine. So what we can do is just put a Go keyword before any function, it will run in Go routine. Only thing is like, main is the something which make all the other function run. Okay, what happen if main ends? If main ends, whatever is getting called inside that is also ends, whether it is completed or not completed. So here if you see, it will run A in Go routine, it will run B in Go routine, it will run C in Go routine, and after that main ends right away. Main is not going to wait whether they are finished or not, since they are now parallel. Okay, so let's see. Here you can see no output, ABC, nothing, no output, because main just finished right away. So we have to make main wait for a moment. Okay, so for that what we can do is like, initially I am going to time.sleep, I am going to time.sleep, I am going to make main sleep for a moment, so that other functions which are running in Go routine can finish their job. Okay, this is time.seconds, time.second. Let's say I will wait for 2 seconds. Okay, I am making main sleep for 2 seconds. I am hoping that within that much period of time, the others will be able to finish their job. Here you can see A run at the end, B runs at second position, and C run for the first time. Let's make it 0 0 increase, because I want to see random, sometimes A, sometimes B, sometimes C. Okay, here you can see B run for quite long. Okay, I think it is not going to give the output. I am not able to scroll all the way to starting. Okay, and 2 second overs also before they finish. Again, let's increase the time. There is a way which basically makes sure that unless they finish, it is going to wait. Here you can see B finished, but still I am not able to see the complete output. Okay, uh, still you can see it is random. B is at the end, maybe C already run, or maybe C is about to run after this. We don't know, because it is going in parallel. So this is how we achieve a Go routine in Go language. Another thing is like, time.sleep is not the correct mechanism to stop or to wait. So there is another thing which we do, which is WG. Let's create a variable of wait of sync package from sync page, sync wait group, and then add wg.add. I am running 3 Go routines, so I put 3, and at the end I am going to wait wg.wait unless these 3 finished, and then I have to pass this to all this wg star type, pointer type, sync. Sometimes this VS Code suggests very weirdly. I'm not happy, but okay, no issues. Okay, I have done this. Now wg pass wg all the places, wg. Okay, now this is passed. Let's again run. Then time dot sleep is not needed. No, time before that. One more thing, see, whenever the go routine finish its job, we have to make it done also. Wg dot done. This is how go routine main function is going to know that okay, one of the go routine finish here, the second one finish here, the third one finish. Whoever finish first, second, third, it doesn't matter, but it will know three of them are finished when the done one is done line executed. Command line time is imported but not used. Let's control C, it will be gone. Okay, here you can see it waited until it is able to print all the output. Okay, so now this is parallel also. This is correct way of waiting also. This is how we do the waiting in go routine, waiting for the go routine unless they are finished. Okay, so there is one more thing which needed to be learned, which is defer. What is defer? Defer is basically a keyword which is which we use in order to make sure something executed at the end of the function. Here you can see we wanted wg.done to be executed at the end of the function. Okay, instead of that, what we can have done is this: defer wg.done. Now this line is not needed. What this will do is like, this will make sure whatever is written after defer is going to execute at the end of function. So it is not necessary to be written at the end, it can be written anywhere, this, but if defer keyword is attached before that, it is going to execute at the end. Okay, so this is even better way of approaching this defer. And another thing is like this one. Let's have one more example for I equals to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus defer fmt dot println defer I equals to comma I. Okay, now let's run. What will happen? As we know, whatever comes is going to run at the end. What if multiple defer come at the same time? Okay, this fmt statement come with the defer function. Again one more is going to come, so it should be, let's see, it is going to be in opposite order, I can see, but school and then cmd. Okay, here you can see defer I 987654321 So it is following stack architecture. Whoever come first is going to run at the last, whoever come last will be running at the first. So I is equals to 9 come at last, so it run at first. I is equals to 0 come at first, so it run at the last. Okay, so if it is something like fmt dot println normal sequence, I can write normal sequence. What will happen in that case? Normal sequence is going to run first. Okay, here you can see normal sequence run first, and then defer start running in opposite order. Okay, this is again, if I create one more defer here, so this is the last defer, you can say, not normal sequence, last defer. What I can say, last defer is here, so it should run for as a first defer. So let's see here, normal sequence is executed first, and then the last defer, and then second last defer, and then third last defer, and fourth last defer. opposite order. Okay, so defer is also something we have learned. We have learned go routine also. There is something called as channel. Channel is basically something which we use to send message or communicate between go routines. Okay, so let's have a quick example for that. Let's create one channel. Chan make chan type string. Okay, pass that chan to any of the flag ch, and accept that in a, where is a, we have declared a is here, chan, and its type string, and fmt dot println chan value equals to how we take out something from channel, like this. Okay, put comma. Okay, how we send something to channel, like this. Ch, what I have taken string now. Okay, hello a. Okay, I run the code, somewhere hello a is going to be printed. Oh man, lots of print statement is there. How we are going to see that? Okay, let's comment it out. Let's okay, decrease the number. 10 last a. Okay, a, b and c. Okay, where is a chan value? Hello a. So I pass a value using channel to a go routine. Okay, so this is the mechanism to communicate between go routine. The important thing is how we send something to channel. This is how we send something to channel. How we receive from channel. This is how we receive from channel. Okay, so I think most of the topics are covered over here. Now you can start doing the practice. Let's say if you have gone through this, what you can do is now, what you can do on CodeSafe, go on CodeSafe, start participating in the coding challenges. Okay, so start doing start doing the practice. Do at least 200-300 programming challenges in Go language, and then you go for the projects. Go for the projects in the sense, then start learning how to create a project, create actual project for a student, in which you create something like CRUD operation, where you can add student, delete student, integrate with database, integrate with Kafka, things like that. But before going to that, do the practice. Okay team, so I'll be appreciating if you guys can help me with like and subscribe. Do share so that I can also grow, and if this video help you, definitely I have already given my best. So yeah, thanks team, bye.